Well, I think the big news is
You met the Pope. I saw the pictures.
Not only is the Pope a White Sox fan, he immediately was at the park and happened to be there on Saturday night when I was there.
Yeah, you met him. I saw the pictures. It was impressive. How is the pontiff?
The pontiff was feeling good. You know,
is that the word?
Yeah, that's what funny thing he said. I went up to the Pope and said, "Pontiff, may I get a picture with you?" He's like, "Get on in here."
Was that the only man dressed as the Pope in the crowd that night?
He was with another Pope. So there were two popes.
The Pope and the anti-Pope?
Well, I think it was the Pope. I think it was the ghost of Francis who was with him. So I don't know.
That's maybe confusing.
The ghost of Pope John Paul. I don't know.
I am not Catholic. I am not religious. I grew up Protestant and rejected that a long time ago. But so I don't know a whole lot about the Pope or how that all works. But I do know from all the news stories is the world has never had an American Pope.
Yes, that is true.
Beyond that, the world has never had a Pope from the South Side named Bob.
South Side!
There have been so many jokes, at least on Chicago Sports Talk Radio, about the Pope being from the South Side of Chicago. Even the Onion got involved. They said the world gets the first Chicago style Pope, and showed him in a hot dog costume with the sport peppers and poppy seed bun and whatever the Chicago style dog has. I thought that was funny. Did you hear any other funny Pope jokes? Probably not. They're all kind of played.
Yeah, no, nothing that you haven't mentioned really. I mean, there's a little controversy here on Chicago News that he was maybe a Cubs fan at first.
That was the initial report from ABC News. I don't know if it was ABC Chicago. I know ABC was involved. They reported, just made it up, I guess, that he was a Cubs fan, which was erroneous, I guess, completely. The Cubs posted on social media. They had it on the marquee out front. He's a Cubs fan.
That's the big Cubs marketing machine. They can make anything into reality.
So do you think the Cubs just made that up and then ABC ran with it? Or did ABC somehow just get the news wrong and then the Cubs ran with it?
I'm going to go vice versa, but maybe not. Maybe they said, oh, well, ABC reported it. He must be a Cubs fan. We don't know. Well, I don't know. Either way, it's all silly.
It's all confirmed. I mean, there's pictures of him in White Sox gear
at the World Series
in 2005. He's with his crazy buddies, apparently.
I was at the game with him. So weird.
Oh,
well,
wow.
Not with him, but I was at the same game.
You're hanging out with the Pope again.
I'm always with the Pope.
Little did you know. So yeah, you were. Yeah, 6 degrees of separation. You're right there with the Pope. Hilarious. I don't know much. His name, I mean, it's Bob. It's Robert something. I don't even know. It's Leo the 14th.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna. We're
talking religion tonight. We're breaking all the rules. You can talk anything you want.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Like the whole thing. I found the whole thing ridiculous because much like you rejecting, whatever you said you rejected, whatever Protestant religion. When I got older, I've since rejected the Catholic Church also.
You grew up in the Catholic Church. Yeah, of course. You're Italian-Irish from the south side of Chicago. So
yeah, so I'm a Notre Dame fan. I didn't have a choice. I never had a choice. And, I'm okay with it. But anyway, so...
God made you a domer.
So, his brother came on the news furiously, who lives here in the south side, and was like, he is not a Cubs fan. Okay. He is a Sox fan. I don't know where these reports came from.
Okay.
It was so fucking hilarious. I was like, this is getting covered as news on a news program.
Yeah, this is not just Chicago Sports Talk Radio. It's not the Score versus ESPN 1000 trying to figure things out.
This is on every morning news program here. And World, yes. Anyone who wanted to carry it had to let everyone know. We have to. ABC.
The world needed to know.
Yeah, ABC. We made a mistake. The Pope is a White Sox fan. I mean,
well, it's just another sad example of bad journalism that I love to point out as being journalism majors in college. Like, come on, guys, how can we get this wrong? The weird thing is the Cubs never took any of that shit down. They kept it on social media. I mean, they came off the marquee eventually, but so I don't know. It's just weird claiming the Pope.
Yeah. So yeah, the Sox got the Pope. They've been playing better since that's been announced. I
mean, you're like 4-2.
Yeah, so the Pontiff. Apparently,
Congrats.
God likes the White Sox finally. Maybe ESPN will now remember that they won this World Series in 2000. Maybe all these miracle type events will start to occur that have been erased from baseball history by other media.
The shortstop goes blind.
I swear that ball went right through his glove.
Oh boy.
Angels in the outfield. Anyway,
this is taking a turn. This is why we don't talk religion.
I do find it funny that we're talking about the Pope on episode 166, which is our 2/3 to Satan episode, or 2/3 to Satan episode.
So is that how the math works?
Yeah, yes, 166. Right. So in 500 episodes, folks, it's full on Satanism here.
Yeah, maybe there'll be another Pope.
Pope Slayer the Third. All right. Anyway, let's move on. So
you were at the ballpark.
I was at the ballpark, and they lost again. This is funny, Smitty. Think about this. I am 0-2 this year. Yet somehow last year I was 2-0 at this point, and they had won less games.
A much worse team.
Yeah. It's so crazy. At one point, I couldn't find the exact podcast. I was like jumping around. I think at one point I was 4-0 somehow with that team last year. And I had racked up I had seen 75% of their victories. And I was talking about the White Sox giving me lifetime season tickets because I was a good luck charm. Well, apparently that's been reversed.
Yeah. You spoke of it too much.
Yes.
Spoke it out of existence.
I tried to speak it into existence. But for those of you regulars, you may remember I was going to the White Sox game, and I was going to meet up with my new friend, Len Casper.
Oh, yeah, who you met at the White Sox Gala, the Beyond the Diamond, was that 2 weeks ago?
Yes. And
amazing.
Len gave me his digits. I got Len's digits, and he said, when you're at the game, hit me up. I'll bring you and Robin up to the booth, and you can meet everyone and, whatevs. I didn't know what was going to come of it after that. So, we had joked. I had said, I'm going to probably get a text back, lose this number, creep, or something like that. So I texted Len Casper, and Robin was like, you actually did it, huh? I'm like, yeah, because she was sort of like, I don't know, should you do it? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Why not? What's the worst thing that could happen? He says, oh, yeah, no.
You get ghosted?
Yeah, whatever. I did not get ghosted. However, I did not make it up to the radio booth that night. Len was feeling under the weather. He had lost his voice. And he actually replied back to me that he had lost his voice. Very sorry.
You sent me a screenshot of your conversation. I was impressed. Although that could easily be faked. So I think you could have put somebody in your you could have put Robin in your text chain and just named her Len Casper, which would be kind of weird.
But you can do the hard nose check-in, and he was not on the air that night. So.
Okay. Well, I think that's unfortunate.
Connor McKnight was so.
Who wants to hang out with that guy?
I don't have his number.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. That's unbelievable that he's how many games has Len Casper ever missed? And it happens to be the one night where you have a connection, texted him, and he would have let you in the booth at some point.
So
were you texting him way before the game, or is this during the game, or what?
No. Yeah, I texted him before the game. I didn't want to text him in the middle of the game.
Yeah, I was wondering how does that protocol work? I would think
maybe
an hour before the game he might be able to accommodate you.
Right, and that's about when I text him because we had got there early because they were giving away that varsity sweater. Which
I heard about that.
It's 100 degrees. Yeah, it's 100 degrees here today. There's no way I was going to put it on. Yeah, it's hot. It is hot and humid.
Do you like it? It seemed kind of strange.
It's kind of nice. Okay. I think I have that hat, so I can be all outfitted for.
Yeah, this winter you'll be all set.
College. But anyway, yeah. So game was fun. There was a big crowd out there because of that varsity sweater. I guess I don't know. Maybe just because people can actually watch this team. They lost, as I pointed out, kind of a little bit of a lackluster offensive performance that night. But I did try something new. It was too cold for me to even attempt to do any sort of food review. But I tried this
Wow.
Hot dog wrapped in bacon with pico de gallo and black beans on it, and it
Ooh, that
was
sounds good.
fucking delicious.
Is that a
So
regular concession stand or a specialty card, or where
it
was
was
that?
at one of the normal like hot dog stands, but like this one just had specialty sausages at it. So it had that
Sausage.
one. It had that heater at it. The one I had last year with the
Oh yeah,
coleslaw and
I remember
spicy.
that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's weird.
So yeah, that's pretty fucking good. And then I of course met the Pope. And I was not a.
Was
I
the
was
Pope
not,
drunk?
the
Can
Pope
you
was
confirm or
the.
disconfirm?
I can confirm the Pope was not sober.
All
He had
right, I like
obviously
that.
turned a lot of water into beer, and yeah, he was feeling good, taking pictures with everybody. Everyone got a picture with the Pope. It was almost like Southpaw was on the concourse,
I
except
wonder if
adults were flooding to him.
I wonder if that. I mean, that's going to continue all year, wouldn't it? There's no reason to not wear a Pope costume to the White Sox game from
I
now on.
would expect to see one this weekend
Well,
at the
yeah.
Cubs
Now that
Sox series.
both teams are battling, all right. Will there be Cubs fans dressed as the Pope? I haven't seen that yet. But
You think there'll be a Cub Pope versus a Sox Pope fight?
yeah, right at home plate.
But yeah, going back to the Pope for a second, I did forget one thing about the Pope. It was Greenberg's article in The Athletic, who decided to take a funny approach to all this ridiculousness about the Pope, because he got a hold of the Pope. And when you read the first few paragraphs of the article, you're not sure. You think he's talking about the actual Pope, and he talked to the Pope, but it turned out he was talking to 80s White Sox pitcher Don the Pope Paul, who was nicknamed by Hawk the Pope because his name sounded like John Paul.
Okay, that's that simple. Okay,
yeah, it was that simple.
Great.
So he actually decided to interview him and get all his hot takes.
John Greenberg is an excellent journalist, connected throughout Chicago for decades now. I could see somehow maybe he'd have a direct line to the new Pope, but so he could have thrown many people off. But yeah, I texted you like when the news was breaking. And you're like something about the White Sox and the Pope, and you're like, Don Paul?
Yeah,
I had no idea what the fuck you were talking about. Like, okay.
So if you get a chance, folks, if you've got an Athletic membership, definitely check out that article. It's very funny.
Was he any good? Like this is like, was it the
late? Yeah, he was
early 80s.
It was the late 80s, early
late 90s.
Yeah, he was actually decent. He wasn't great. Paul. He's not like he's going to be in the Hall of Fame or anything.
No.
Word Hole Media.